The NBA playoff picture is starting to take shape. I'm Madeline Burke for Sports Illustrated here with SI's Ben Pickman and Michael Shapiro. And guys, as we watch the seeding start to take shape, the potential matchups start to get a bit more intriguing. Ben, what first round matchup do you most want to see?
I think I'd like to see a matchup between the reigning Eastern Conference champions, the Miami Heat, and the Brooklyn Nets, who, in many people's eyes, are the prohibitive favorite in the Eastern Conference. To me, this is a kind of realistic possible matchup. Brooklyn needs to fall back into the 2, and Miami would need to win their playing game and be the 7. And for me, it comes down to this. The Heat still have a ton of talent on their roster, right? Bam Adebayo is still one of the best defenders and most versatile players in the league, and Michael Pina wrote a great piece on SI.com about him. And Jimmy Butler can still be a star. And so maybe in a first round series, you get an explosive game from Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn, Goran Dragic. And the Nets, it's definitely not a walkthrough, right? We talk about James Harden returning from injury. We don't know when that's going to be. And if they have to play Miami in the first round, that's no cakewalk, right? That's not an easy series for him to be, brought back into the mix with. So this isn't maybe the best series we're going to see all postseason, but I don't want to peak too early. I want an exciting series that, probably still has the favorite win. So it would probably see Brooklyn advance, but it would certainly be worth our time to watch.
Brooklyn and Miami could certainly be a competitive series, but I'll move to the Western Conference for what could be a potential 7-game classic in the first round. Right now, we really could see the Lakers face the Clippers in round 1. Now, I probably would like to see this as the Western Conference Finals. Having said that, as we saw last season, that is no guarantee whatsoever. Right now, the Clippers are the 3rd in the West. The Lakers are 5th. They're just ahead of the Mavericks, who are really nipping at their heels now. I want to make sure we see the Battle of LA in some form this postseason. So let's just do it in round 1, guarantee we'll get it, and I really think that series could go 7 games.
That could be a good one. Now I'm sticking with the Eastern Conference here. The Knicks have been such a surprise this season, such a pleasant surprise, and making the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, it's going to be fun. Granted, if they match up against Atlanta, I think that would be a better matchup for them, but I'd like to see them go against Boston. I feel like the defensive discipline of this Knicks team under Thibs has been really an identity for the Knicks this season and would be a really strong play for them in the postseason. But I also think going against a team like the Celtics that has, these stars and these young stars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and has proven postseason success in the past would be a good test for this Knicks team. I mean, the Knicks are growing for the future. They are on an upward trajectory. They need a test. They need a temperature check to say, okay, what is this team now? What is this team working with, not just in the regular season, but in a postseason matchup? And how well do we match up with a team like the Celtics, which granted isn't the Celtics of last year? Kemba Walker has been struggling this season in a way that's pretty uncharacteristic. But this matchup between two storied franchises would be a great temperature check for the Knicks as they build towards the future. And it would just be fun to watch. They have dazzled the association